Matchday 2 for the Europa League and the Europa Conference League is here. Let's make my predictions. First off, I start in the Europa League and we'll look at Matchday 1 to see where I end my points and how many I got. So the total amount of points I managed to get was 51 points. I'm happy with that. I think that's decently high, at least for me it is anyway. Okay, so there are 8 games where I got a total of 4 points. I'm just going to scroll down, you can have a look. As I scroll through, see which games they were. There is a few games where I did get 0 points. Like the Olympiacos game, Ajax game, Brighton game. Also got 0 for the Villarreal game. Then only 1 point for Karabag. There's a couple of games where I should get 6 points. One of them being the games I got a 2 times boost on. So I did only get 3 points, but luckily I had the 2 times boost on, it went up to 6. That was the Liverpool game. I said it before, now it ended up being 3-1. There's 2 games I managed to get the score spot on. One of them being the Union SG game and the other one being the Atlanta game. So the 6 points are awarded for getting 3 points for the outcome, 1 point for the home goals, 1 point for the away goals and 1 point for the goal difference. Okay, moving on to making my predictions. I probably won't get as many points. I'll probably be lucky if I get half the amount of points. I was probably lucky the first day to get that many points. Starting off the first game we have for Cow vs Strum. I'm going to go ahead and say this will just be a 1-each draw for this one. Sporting vs Atlanta. I think, well, yeah, I'll say Sporting will win that game. I'll go 2-1. Yeah. Then we've got Ares the Marseille versus Rangers. I have no clue who Ares the Marseille is. I'm a Rangers supporter and I'm going to say Rangers will win this game. This team could end up being amazing and I have absolutely no clue. But I'm hoping they're not, because I want them to get at a great stage. So I'm going to go ahead and say it will be 2-0. Sure. I would go 3-0 if I knew who the team were and I was confident that they were definitely going to win. Because I don't know who they are or how good they are, I'm going to go 2-0. On this we've got Real Betis versus Sparta Praha. I'm going to go and say Real Betis will win this. I'm going to go 3. Nah, that's ambitious probably. I'll go 2-1. AEK Athens versus Ajax. I want to say Ajax will win this, but they haven't been as good this season. Not like mid-table in the league, I'm sure. I'm going to go ahead and say Athens will actually win 1-0. If I get that correct, I will be getting bonus points for going a scoreline that isn't in the popular prediction. You can look at the last 5 games. They have not won a game. In the last 5 games, 2 draws, 3 losses. Whereas Athens have at least won 3 of the 5 games. Drawing 1, losing 1. I think they'll be able to scrape a 1-0 win. I don't think it'll be easy for them, but I think they will scrape it. Marseille versus Brighton. Realistically, Brighton probably won't win this. I'm going to go ahead and say Marseille will win. I don't even know if they'll actually score, so I'm going to go ahead and say it'll be 2-0. Bakatopola versus Olympiacos. I'm going to go ahead and say Olympiacos will win 1-0. Freiburg versus West Ham. I'm just going to go ahead and say West Ham will win 2-1. Not a clue, but I'm going to go for it. Akin versus Karabag. I'm going to go say, you know what I've said? Nothing each. It's not very often I go for that scoreline, but I'm going to go for it for that one. Mold versus Leverskin. I feel like Leverskin should win that game, so I'll say 2-0 for that one. Slavia Praha versus Sheriff. I'm going to go for a 1-each draw for that one. Roma versus Servette. I think Roma will win 3-0, sure. Hayfair versus, I'll say this next game will just be 1-each draw. Villarreal versus Rennes. I'll go 2 each. Toulouse versus Lask. I'll go 1-0 to Toulouse. I've definitely pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry. Liverpool versus Union SG. I'm going to go 4-0. Okay, I'm going to put my 2 times boost on. Do I just put in the Liverpool game? Sure, I'll just put in them. Okay, over to the Europa Conference League where Matchday 1 I managed to get a total of 49 points. Where not only did I manage to get 4 games where I managed to get 4 points, but there's 4 games I got 6 points, 3 of them being the exact score. You'll see all the scores and where I got all the points from when I scroll through. But one of the games I managed to get the exact scoreline was the Lily game. I said it'd be 2-0 and it was, I got that spot on. Scrolling down, the next one I got 6 points was for the 2 times boost game, so I actually only got 3 points for that for the Aberdeen game. But it's 2 times boost put up to 6. The next game I managed to get the score spot on was the Club Bridge game. I said 1 each, it was. And the last one was the Victory Pizan versus Balkany. I said 1-0, 1-2, and that was the scoreline. There was a few games where I got 0 points, like a couple of games I got only 1 point. But that's going to happen. Okay, on to making my predictions for Matchday 2. Starting off with the Astana versus Victoria Pizan. I'm going to go and say this will be a 1 each draw for this one. Besiktas versus Lugano. I'm going to say Besiktas will 1-2-0. Sorry for my pronunciation of any of these teams, my pronunciation is awful. Bodo Glimt versus Club Brugge. I'm going to go for Club Brugge 1, I'll say 2-0. 2-0. Balkany versus Dinamo Zagreb. I'm going to go for Dinamo 1. I'll go 2-0. Ghent versus Tel Aviv. I'll go 1-0. I'll go 2-0. And next we've got Breda Belk versus Soya Luhansk. I'll just go nothing each last one. We've got Krasnodar versus Lille. Lille's going to win 3-0. Up next we've got the Olympia versus Slovan game. I'll go for 1 each for this one. The Spartak versus Fenerbahce. I'm going to go for Fenerbahce 1-2-0. Up next I'm going to go for 1 each draw for that one. Aberdeen versus HJK. Can Aberdeen win this game? I have no clue. I'm just going to go for 1-1 form. Maybe they'll get a win in this competition. If so, it might be against them. York versus Frankfurt. Frankfurt will win. I'll say the 1-2-0. The Genk game next. I'll go for a 3-0 win for Genk. Fiorentina game. I'll go 2-0 for Fiorentina. Aston Villa versus Senski. I'll go 2-0 for Aston Villa. And the final game we've got Alkmaar versus De Gea. I'll go Alkmaar 1-2-0. So I'm going to put my 2 times boost on, I don't know. Let's just go Aberdeen. No, I'll go Aston Villa. Right, well that is going to do this for the video. Let me know in the comments which score into thought completely wrong, which ones you find I thought spot on. And I'll see you next time for another video. See ya.